Well, hello everyone. So, as I've mentioned before, I am continuing on with Goosebumps. I finished the original series back in, I think the final one was in January. It's like I finished it between like the end of December of 2023 and the beginning of 2024. And so now I'm moving on to the other Goosebumps series, like the spin offs and stuff. One of the hardest things to find, and I don't know why, because one way or the other, I have found the original books in some form, even if it is a computer voice reading them to me, which I hate that whole computer AI crap. But I was able to get a hold of them some way, somehow. Um, Either through like reading copies I found at thrift stores, reading ebooks, or again, listening to them on Libby, Hoopla, or YouTube. And I think there's a lot of people who have uploaded the books or just read them themselves on YouTube. And again, they're also on Libby. I have found some of the Give Yourself Goosebumps. Not is it called Give Yourself Goosebumps? Yeah, it's the one where you choose the different endings. I found those. Okay. Maybe not all of them, but a good majority of them fairly easily. Like I said, there's somewhere you can find them. But almost nowhere has Goosebumps 2000, which is a series that came out after the original Goosebumps, basically. I know there's some little specials here and there, like short stories and stuff, but basically, like a full, like, next series is Goosebumps 2000. There are some people who have put a few um, videos of themselves doing, like, the audio and stuff and the books that they own, but it's like there is no audio on, or even ebooks on Libby or Hoopla, or it's basically hard to find these without buying them, and it sucks. I was lucky enough that the library, I think they have to get it from another library because it took a little while to get here. I think like a week or so, maybe not even a week. Um, but finally found them, at least the ones that I can't get on YouTube. So I guess that's a little rant there. I have many book rants, which I've talked about on my channel before. You know, like not everything having audio, or when they do, some of it's abridged. But enough with the ranting. Let's get on with the review. Let me know if you feel the same way that I do. But anyways, this is number, what is this one? 13, because this is still when they were doing the numbers. Look how cool that cover looks. I am going to say that I agree with most people uh, when they say that Series 2000 is a little bit darker than the original series. Like, Goosebumps can get a little dark for a kid's book. Like, obviously not hardcore horror, because again, it is for children, but there was some darkish stuff in here that I was kind of surprised. Uh, that is in a book that's mainly aimed at middle schoolers. Um, so this is Return to Horrorland. So this takes place about, I think they said, 6 months after the events of the original One Day at Horrorland. And if you've only seen the episode, there's actually 3 kids in the book. There's Luke, Lizzie, and their friend Clay. So he goes on the trip with them. In the episode, he's not in there. It's one of the best episodes, besides the fact that they cut out a character, but it was really well done. I would have been interested to see this adapted. Um, but again, like I said, it's kind of dark. So, anyways, yeah, 6 months after, they are basically at Luke and Lizzie's house. They are watching a TV show about this couple who has strange people on their show. And if I remember right, they try to like prove or disprove them. You know, it's one of those like believe it or not reality show kind of things, right? And the couple from the show actually end up knocking on their door and telling them that they want to expose Horrorland. And they know that they were there. And they want to take Luke and Lizzie and Clay back to Horrorland. And they want to pretend to be their parents and get things on video to expose Horrorland and everything. So the mom was reluctant at first, as she should be, because that was one of the few Goosebump books where the whole family was involved. Like the parents knew what was going on because they were there, right? But they tell her that they'll be safe, they'll be with them, and that there's money involved. And she's like, "Well, we really do need the money." So that's on the borderline of realistic and unrealistic, because most normal parents would be like, hell no. Monsters tried to eat my family. But there are also parents who will exploit their children on the internet for followers and money. So it's not totally unbelievable. But usually the parents themselves did not go through that tragic thing, right? That horrific thing. Um, so pretty much against her better judgment, the mom says, yeah. I forgot about the dad. Like, obviously, he would have had to say yes to it too, but those scenes more with the mom. Anyways, and they kind of briefly go over Clay because all three of them end up going back to Horrorland with these people. And I'm kind of surprised that the horrors don't really recognize them because they were just there. But then again, they probably, see many children that they are trying to, frighten and eat and just mess around with. Scaring, So yeah, some of the things that happen in this book is like they go into like this dark, I think cave is supposed to be like modeled after like ancient Egypt and stuff, and then they're attacked by like these snakes and they don't know if they're real and stuff, and um then they go to like a dentist kind of thing, and they hear these kids like crying and screaming, and like one of the horrors, that's what the monsters are called at the theme park, um, is threatening to like drill through this kid's like closed mouth and stuff. That's what I kind of mean by this one got a little bit darker. Like the dentist scene was kind of, it was kind of out there. There are also mentions of Monster Blood and Bad Hair Day in here, like very briefly. Like Evan from Monster Blood is on the show that the couple who are pretending to be their parents host, and then Amazo, the magician and everything from Bad Hair Day, is in Horrorland. They go to see his show, and obviously other things happen. So I really like this one. This one kept my attention. I would argue that I like this one a little bit better than the original. Like I said, this was a little bit darker. The other one was kind of like fun, spooky-ish, where this one, like I said, is a little bit more on the horror-ish side. So yeah, let me know what you think. Have you read many of the Goosebumps 2000? I'm just realizing freaking cat hairs on this. Oh my god. Um, but yeah, I really actually like this one, and I am hoping to get majority of the Series 2000 read by the end of the year. There's still a lot to go, but maybe I can get them through at least half of them. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. Bye bye.